Hey, how are you? It's going to be a weird stream today because I'm in a different streaming software platform, and I don't know. I don't know if I like this a whole lot. I had to do a bunch of stuff before we started today. It's 9:19. Like, I don't have a microphone. I can check right here. Let me check. I don't have everything I need to know if things are going well. Okay. Let's just hope things work today. That's all I can say. I've moved to this platform. I don't know why. I don't know why. I thought that I just needed to be done. I did have a reason. So the picture on my screen looks perfect. I know when it gets recorded, it looks terrible. I don't like that. But right now, that's the best I can do, I think, because I needed to move to a platform where I can actually see my see the comments on the stream while I'm doing the broadcast. So I don't know. Now this is kind of messed up today. It probably is going to crack, and I'm sorry, but I want to be able to kind of see you and see the thing too. So anyway, it just wasn't working out. Like the other system that I use, I like. I really do. But I couldn't see the chat. I could never be a part of that. If I ever wanted to have a guest, I can do it in this platform easily, whereas the other one was just going to be a pain. Whenever I do my live stream, I have to I save the live stream, and then to edit the live stream or to cut I don't edit the live stream, but to edit the I do make clips, and you've seen them. And so what I have to do then is I have to take that and then I have to upload it somewhere else, and then it's been taking up so much memory per episode that then I have to run it through a different program to screen it, and it just wasn't making a whole lot of sense. So I switched to the platform. Am I going to stay here? I don't know. There's things about it I don't like. This is a very big picture right now of me. Should I get like a screen to go around it? I forgot what they call them. I'll check. They call them an overlay. Should I get an overlay? I mean, I could do an overlay. I don't know. I could do an overlay. I could do banner going across the bottom of the screen. I could do anything. Let's play around a little bit. What happens when I do this? Does anything? Oh, there you go. There. I don't know. I don't know if you can do a bunch of them. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know. Oh, I guess you can do different ones at different times. I don't know. It's me learning the software today. Are you mad at me? That's fine. For all three of you that are watching, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. Actually, there's not going to be, I don't think there's going to be anybody watching because nobody knew I was doing the live stream until it's about 20 minutes ago. So that's good. This whole thing is like great. Today's going to be one of those days, I can already tell. Oh, did the banner leave? Does it only do it for a little while? Let's see. This is fun. So, we just need to. The problem now is I'm watching the banner go across. We just need to embrace like change. Nobody likes to do it. Nobody wants to. I certainly don't. I'm being put in a situation this weekend where I have to be much better behaved than I'm able to be behaved. I just know it, and it's like the way I'm treating this weekend is if I get through Friday, okay, then good for me, right? And then if I get through Saturday, it's great. And then if I get through Sunday, even better. And then Monday, emotional just shut down. Like, just be done with it. That's my goal. I'm trying to behave. It's not easy for me because I'm being put into like a box, and I'm not good in that space. I'm not good in that space. But we're going to try because we're going to make an effort. So I don't know, like, let's see, like if I move this up, I can move the banner up. So let's watch this. Does this banner come next? Oh, I don't like that at all. See how it did that? I clicked to show it on the screen. Oh, I see. Watch this. Let's see if this works. Can I have more than one? Is it going to do both? You can only do one. Only do one at a time. All right. Well, do you remember, like, did any of you used to watch Fox News? I used to watch Fox News like a couple years back, and everything was like an alert, Fox News alert, and it would happen like every 20 seconds, and like, it was terrible. Like, man walking down the street, Fox News alert, all this dramatic sounds and everything. They're kind of a joke now. It's kind of a joke. Everything in my lifetime has kind of become a joke. It's really weird. I don't know. It like, what I would ask is the banner distracting to all of my chat? But there's no one in the chat, so I don't have to worry about that. I mean, this is fun for me. This is fun. Let's go over some scheduling situations. Okay, so today, this is the live stream. I'm going to be around. Everything will be good. Tomorrow is no live stream. That's Saturday. No live stream. I have to show property in the morning. I didn't want to, but I have to. And I have to show property in the afternoon, and I have to do a bunch of stuff. So I can't. No live stream tomorrow, as much as I want to. Sunday, I don't live stream anyway. Plus, I couldn't do it this Sunday because it's going to be ridiculous. Monday, I will live stream. You will see me on Monday. We will maybe stay here in this space. I don't know. I'm still debating. And then we should have a little difficulty Tuesday or Wednesday and Thursday. I'm going somewhere, going to Canton, Ohio. I will probably post some pictures of it or something so that you know that I'm not being hijacked. But then after that, okay, God willing, everything will be back to normal, or as close to normal as possible on the live streams. I wanted to break out our Nature of Employment live stream at night. It hasn't happened in 2 weeks. Disappointed by it, but things are going on. We're a little busy, and that's just the way it is. So that's that. I'm going to try something here in a minute. Oh no, so I have to do it that way. I have to go this way. Doesn't work. I wanted to see if I could follow the banner across the bottom of the screen. It looks stupid. Oh, well. Okay. So on the show today, what do we have? Well, we have a sports article. I found it to be a fascinating article, and I kind of just wanted to go through it with you because sports has changed since I used to watch it, and college sports especially. I don't know what's going on, and so hopefully this will help me understand what's going on. We're going to do an article about home prices dropping in some metros. I don't know if that's true here. I mean, I'm going to get blown out of the water this weekend, I feel like. And then we're going to have to do an article, I believe, I don't remember, something about existing home sales slowing, but they've been slowing for like 3 months. So, I mean, all right. Help me out, though, today. We're going to look at some luxury properties in Long Beach, California. So help me out today. I might screw up does my hand go? Yeah, there's my hand. I might I might screw up transitions. I might fail at certain points. You can tell me in the chat that I messed up. I'm fine with that. But we're just going to do the best we can. We're learning. There's no failure in learning. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I've got a mess. This is going to be. Have you ever been like stressed, and then you're stressed, and then like the things you want to do don't work out right, and then it's like more stressful? That's what's happening to me. It's not like the quality of my live stream is going down because I'm stressed, but the stress will be over with like on Monday. It's weird. Hard to explain. Okay. Well, I think for my YouTube shorts today and stuff like that, it's going to be somebody got a new toy, because I love the banner. Love the banner going across the screen. Let's get into it then, I guess. So bear with me. I'm going to do it. It's going to work out. I'm going to go here. Go here. And now it's sharing. But I have to go back here so that I know what's going on. Now, see, you probably don't like this. I don't like this. I don't know if I like this better or this better. I don't like this. Because see how I'm down in the banner? We're going here. You can read this, right? You can see it on the screen. I'll check it tonight. And we'll just go from there, okay? So wait a minute. Now what's going on here? I think I'm only sharing this screen. If I share like another screen and you see it, I'm sorry. Like my email. Check one more time. See, because it says it's sharing a window. We don't know which one. Is it this one? So I'll have to go back and look. Don't make fun of me. I'm learning. All right. So here's the article. I thought it was interesting. There's the name, images, and likeness legislation that came through that college athletes, I believe, own their own or something, or they're allowed to profit off of their own or something. I don't know. Everything in the world has to be very complicated now. We can't just have things simple. So this is all a new thing. Were the players being exploited by college football, college athletics? I have no doubt. I don't know when it started. I think it started the minute that people were making good money. Oh my gosh. Good money with athletics, college athletics. That's when I think it started. And then it just got out of hand. Like, I don't watch college sports anymore because I used to love to watch, very talented athletes play the game. And then they've made it into something other than the game. It's like kind of like how wrestling is entertainment. It's not really wrestling. That's kind of how they made college football. That's kind of how they made the NFL, plus the NFL with the Rams, and St. Louis. Most of us have, just kind of been done with them. But some people hang on. Some people are like, oh, the NFL is great. We love the Rams. And even though they're in Los Angeles. And they just walked all over us on the way out. But anyway, not that I'm hurt about that. I'll just keep that in mind. Anyway, I just thought this was interesting because I do remember, like, you all know who Nick Saban is. He was a coach at Michigan State football, LSU. Then he went to Miami in the NFL and just was terrible. And then he went to Alabama, and within 2-3 years, he had that thing running. And he is by far, they have the best program in the United States. I hate to, consistently, they are just awesome. That's all there is to it. So anyway, he does, he should get whatever praise he wants. And then Jimbo Fisher used to work with him, I believe. And then he took the job at Florida State. Now, again, I haven't been paying much attention, so some of my memory is kind of running out. But anyway, then Jimbo Fisher went to Texas A&M, I believe. And I don't know that they've ever won a national championship. I just know that Saban is better. Like if you said, hey, John, who could you have as a coach, Nick Saban or Jimbo Fisher? It would be Nick Saban 100 times. 100 times over. 1,000 times over. And you're like, well, what if you could get Jimbo Fisher cheaper? And I'm like, no, I want Nick Saban. In college football. Pros, I don't really know that I want either. But then again, the pros. Anyway, all right. So here, let's go through this. All right. Are you there? I probably lost like all 4 people. I didn't lose anybody. There's nobody there. Okay. Texas A&M's Jimbo Fisher fires back at narcissist. Now, if you think that college football coaches aren't narcissists in general, you have to think highly of yourself to be a football coach. My thoughts. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Texas A&M's Jimbo Fisher fires back at narcissist Nick Saban's NIL shots. Some people think they're God. Well, I mean, in college football, Nick Saban's like top dog. No question. Fisher called a press conference Thursday to address Saban's headline-grabbing remarks. Well, I don't know what they are. Texas A&M coach Jimbo Fisher fired back at Nick Saban on Thursday after the Alabama coach said Wednesday night that the Aggies bought every player on their team while discussing issues with name, image, and likenesses in college football. Saban's remark came during a wide-ranging answer on the state of the sport and recruiting amidst the advent of the NIL. It says, it's despicable that we have to sit here at this level of ball and say these things to defend the people of this organization, the kids, the 17-year-old kids and their families. It's amazing. Some people think they're God. Go dig into how God did his deal. You may find out a lot of things you don't want to know. Okay. So Nick Saban says that the Texas A&M team bought all their players. And in this current, like my understanding of this is, so what? So what? Like, okay. And then the remarks from Fisher, it's despicable that we have to sit here at this level of ball and say these things to defend the people of this organization, the kids, the 17-year-old kids and their families. It's amazing. I don't believe that their kids, when they have agents and it's professionals. Like if you're going to get paid, it's so you can't play it both ways. If you're going to get paid to be a football player, criticism is part of it. And it doesn't matter if you're 17 or 12, if you're being paid to play a sport, then you should be, it's okay to be criticized. I mean, that defense went away when you said that the kids are not actually amateurs, they're pros and they're going to get paid for it. And by the way, some of these kids, like 17, 18-year-olds kids, they look like they're 30. I mean, I'm not interested in this. Oh, but the kids. And by the way, a lot of these kids grow up in terrible, terrible situations, terrible places, and they've seen more things than even these football coaches have. So I don't. That's a stupid argument. But let's continue. It says, we build him up to be the czar of football. Go dig into his past or anybody that's ever coached with him. You can find out anything you want to find out, what he does and how he does it. It's despicable. It really is. So now Jimbo Fisher, who was, I believe, who coached under Saban, is now saying that that he's terrible. He's despicable. But it's like, you worked for him. And so many other successful coaches have worked for him. I don't really have any interest in this. And it looks bad. You should be a little bit more, I think, respectful of the people you worked with. This is just me. I'm just going through it. I mean, maybe God only knows what Nick Saban did. Maybe, I don't know. But it just seems you worked for the guy. You probably asked for a job at some point, or he probably asked you to come and join the team. I mean, all right. The Aggies landed the nation's #1 recruiting class in 2022, according to the 24/7 Sports Composite, with Fisher signing more 5-star prospects this cycle than in the rest of his Texas A&M career combined. Alabama's class finished #2, but Saban made it clear in his remarks Wednesday that he feels like the programs use different methods to land their talent. Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I would hope so. I would hope so. I'd hope there'd be a difference between the two programs, even so much as like, say you're paying one dude, like one player, a kid, $300,000, and then you're paying another kid, like the other school's paying like $500,000. Well, the kid, right, that can't be criticized. He should take $200,000 less to play for you than someone else. So that's, do you think they really care about what school they go to at this point? I mean, that's the thing. This whole thing is just stupid. But let's continue. We didn't buy one player, said Saban, who also took aim at Jackson State, landing the number one recruit, Travis Hunter. But I don't know if we were going to be able to sustain that in the future, because more and more people are doing it. Now, I believe Saban's leaving this year. Now, I believe that. I don't know that that's true. I don't pay enough attention to know. But Jackson State has Deion Sanders as the head coach, I believe. And the fact that they got the top recruit, I think is fantastic. Good for them, for a historic black college to get a number one recruit in college football. That's a big deal. I don't care if they paid him either, or if they didn't. It doesn't make any difference to me. Like this is just silly. In the response, Fisher quickly shot down any notion that the Aggies may have broken any rules or laws in landing their top ranked class. Well, did Saban say that they broke laws or rules? That's what we'd have to know. It seems like he just said that you bought the players. Now, if you allow people to be bought in the game, it's like me. Like I'm in the real estate space, okay? I am self-financing my own brokerage, okay? Everything that comes in, I have to not only pay myself, I have to pay for the brokerage to continue to operate, okay? There are many other agents that just go work someplace and don't have to do anything. They don't ever have to finance anything. There's also people out there. There's also groups of people that will start brokerages with millions of dollars behind them, and they will do fantastic. Okay. If you think that anything in business is fair or reasonable, or, that it's nothing, it's not. There's nothing fair about this. And so I accept that. There are times when I get frustrated by the situation, but that's the way it is. And the same thing in college football. You're the number one college football coach. You had the number 2 class. I know that irritates you because you feel like you should have the number 1 class. But, I mean, we know things aren't fair. Okay, let's continue. By the way, I don't know that to me, it doesn't look like the accusation had anything to do with cheating. You just said you bought your team. And then what you should say in response is, well, you bought your team. Done. And is he going to say he didn't? Show us the receipts. Show us the receipts. And so it says, you're taking shots at 17-year-old kids and their families that they broke state laws, that we bought every player in this group. We never bought anybody. No rules were broken. Nothing was done wrong. These families, it's despicable that a reputable head coach can come out and say this when he doesn't get his way or when things don't go his way. So in this statement, we never bought anybody. Okay. So are you saying that none of the players in the class, that's the top recruiting class, now that we have name, image, and likeness coming to college football, you're telling me that no one got paid? Kind of hard to believe. And then as far as no rules being broken, was anybody alleging that rules were being broken? And then as far as I'm concerned, stop with the 17-year-old kid stuff. You know better. You're paying these kids a lot of money, and you make a lot of money. You make millions to get these kids out there to play. So don't give me that. Okay. It says the narcissist in him doesn't allow those things to happen. It's ridiculous. I don't know that. Whatever. Saban and Fisher's relationship is done. It says this marks the second year in a row that the two coaches and former coworkers at LSU have traded verbal jabs during the offseason. Last year, Fisher vowed that Texas A&M would beat Alabama while Saban was still coaching. Well, now, see, that's just pathetic. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. We're going to beat you at some point. Oh, great. Like that's just terrible. the fact that you think that you're elevating yourself higher by beating the coach when you should try to beat every team. You should try to be undefeated every year. It says Saban shot back shortly by asking if Fisher meant he would beat Saban in golf. The Aggies followed through on Fisher's pledge with a stunning 41-38 upset over the then number 1 Crimson Tide on October 9th, as Fisher became the first of Saban's former assistants to beat him in a head-to-head matchup. What was a lighthearted exchange, however, has turned into something far more heated and personal. You coach with people like Bobby Bowden and learn how to do things, said Fisher, who was LSU's offensive coordinator under Saban from 2000 to 2004. You coach with other people and learn how not to do things. There's a reason I ain't went back and worked for him. There were opportunities, don't want to be associated with it. Like, again, you're making millions. Would you please use proper English? There's a reason I ain't went back and worked for him. What in the world? As for the relationship between Saban and Fisher, don't expect a warm pregame embrace before their teams played on October 8th at Alabama. Fisher said Saban has called him, but he didn't answer. We're done. He shows you who he is. Whatever. It says both coaches are from small towns in West Virginia, separated by about 20 miles, and they have shared similar rises to prominence in the sport. To be sure, Saban and Fisher have a shared history, but it became clear during Fisher's press conference that he felt personally insulted by Saban's suggestion that the Aggies program has been cheating. How is that cheating if you're getting, if you're allowed to pay players and you pay the players? That's not cheating. That's not cheating. They've been paying players under the table for 20 years. That is cheating. I'm going to tell you one thing. Fisher said, you can call me anything you want to call me. You ain't calling me a cheat. I don't cheat and I don't lie. I learned that when I was a kid. If you did, your old man slapped you on the side of the head. Maybe someone should have slapped him. Now he's encouraging, like on Twitter, this would be encouraging violence towards another, and you would probably be, there'd probably be a warning underneath your tweet. I don't write the rules. I'm just trying to navigate this world we live in. It says Fisher went on the offensive, implying that Saban's cheating accusations are a projection. The parody in college football that he's talking about, go talk to the coaches who've coached for him. You'll find out all the parody. Go dig into wherever he's been. You can find out anything. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't know what parody is. We're Mizzou, like our state school is Mizzou. Okay. When we go play Alabama, or when we started in the SEC, the players on Alabama and Auburn in particular were just bigger than our players. It was really something. It was, I mean, that's just a different league. But I don't know now, maybe we're closer. I haven't been paying attention. Considering they both inhabited the SEC for several years now, it's a wonder it took this long for tension to spill over in such a public way. Given the sport's shifting dynamics, yes, I think that's 100% true. It's definitely shifting dynamics and the competition on the field. And like, for instance, Nebraska, when I was a kid, was a very, very good program. They had Osborne was the coach, Tom Osborne, and I think his name was Tom Osborne. And then they had a guy that was like Frank Solich. He'd be like 8-8, and that was terrible. He had to go. So he went to Ohio University, I think. But when has Nebraska been relevant in college football in the past 20 years? If you're a kid that was born in the last 20 years, do you know Nebraska was good once? Do you care? So that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's shifted. It's shifted. Given the sport's shifting dynamics and the competition on the field and in recruiting between the two schools, that tension may have just be the new normal in the SEC forever, how long Saban and Fisher remain in place. I don't mind confrontation, Fisher said. I've lived with it my whole life, kind of like it myself. Backing away from it wasn't the way I was raised. I don't know. I mean, I have no interest in, like, would you want to poke at somebody on purpose? I mean, I guess it's just never been my thing. It says more oversight needed. There's also the possibility of intervention from the SEC in what is becoming the most high-profile squabble between league coaches in recent memory. That's their job, Fisher said, of potential conference involvement. That's fine. I'm sure the SEC office they'll reprimand, say something, move on, I guess. So I don't even care about that. It says this is about our players, Texas A&M, and the people who work here and the coaches here. That's what this is about. Make no mistake, we're not going anywhere. No one, I mean, they're a land-grant institution, I believe. I don't think they are going anywhere. We still have a lot of work to do. We're not where we want to be, but this is going to be a great program, and we're building it into a great program. Well, that's good. It's good to have goals. You know, it's good to be looking forward to things. I have no problems with anything he said. He takes this as a personal attack on Texas A&M because they bought their players. That seems so silly to me. It just does. It really does. And as far as like more oversight needed, what are you going to do? They went to court and they said, you know, the SEC, or not the SEC, but the NCAA was beaten in court badly, and they don't really have any say over much. I mean, you could say they do, but I mean, once you allowed the court to just say, no, this is not right, they kind of went by the wayside. Ultimately, the lack of uniform guidance around recruiting in the NIL era has, with the event of the one-time transfer rule, has created chaos in sports with high stakes. With the NCAA undergoing generational changes, a leadership void has emerged that Fisher would like to see filled. I would like to find unified rules across the country to put things in place. That's what I want. I don't know what those are. I'm not smart enough to figure that out. I don't know about antitrust laws, all those bylaws. The government needs to step in. So you're calling for the NCAA to step in. You're calling for the government to step in. It's like, it's already a debacle. It's a debacle because everyone stepped in. You know why? At the end of the day, a lot of money and power like that will get lots of people involved. And what's funny in that talk right before he said that about us, wasn't he soliciting funds from the crowd? I guess when you walk on water, it doesn't matter. Now that was a shot. That was a shot. That was a shot. I felt that. I'm going to go here. Okay. Look at that. I went in transition. Now, I don't know that I'll be able to do it again. Let's see if I do this. If what I think is going to happen happens. It does. Okay. All right. Well, that was interesting. I mean, am I the only one that finds everything to be absurd? And the reason why I said, I mean, politics, absurd. Sports, absurd. Government, absurd. Education, absurd. Real estate, absurd. Everything is absurd. Like, just, it's a parody of itself. Why did that happen? Like, or has it always been that way? I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Put it in the chat. Put it in the comment section. Put it anywhere. You know, is this going to be the one show, the one episode that everyone watches and enjoys? I have no idea. I don't understand why the show that everyone watched was the one that it was. None of this makes any sense to me. None of this. Let's continue now. Let's go, and I want to go over and look at rates. Oh, I see. I can only do it this way. So what did I like? Didn't I like this? I like this. Do you guys like this? I like it. I'm going to go look at my this is DeerwoodRealtySTL.com. I'd say my website, our website. Look at the rates. Rates at 5.36%. Now, this is worth talking about. So we saw that the Fed raised the borrowing rate 50 basis points. And so there were articles that said, hey, they may have raised the rates, but that doesn't mean that the mortgage rates will automatically follow. And I was very confused by that. That wasn't the right word. I was interested by that. And so we read one article that said, it may not be right away, but there is some sort of tracking. At some point, there has to be some sort of tracking. And so what we're seeing, like the last 2 or 3 days, is we're seeing the mortgage rates come down, even though the borrowing rate was raised. And it certainly hasn't been a 50-point swing. I think that's interesting. What does that mean? Like, if you can stay below 5.5%, I feel like that's kind of psychological for buyers. It's already bad. They want 3, but then it's weird. So a home buyer would prefer, a low rate, say 3%, but they'd also prefer a lower priced house. And so what I feel like happened is, let's take a $200,000 house at 3%. Well, now you're coming in, and because of inflation, because you're making the amount of money lower, or the borrowing rate is lower, you're inflating the price of the house because you can afford more house. And so now I was on that $200,000 house to $250,000 house. So then when the market changes, the rates go up. Now you're stuck at $250,000, and it's more expensive. Like, even to borrow, it's like a double whammy. And that's what's kind of happened. I don't know. Thought that was interesting. So anyway, let's look at some homes. Let's try this. Let's see if you like it. We're going to try and go and look at some homes in Long Beach, California. Here's the ones. I saw this house a while back, so I'm not interested. It's been on the market for a while. We're going to look at this one, and I believe this one. So here we go. So this is $7.5 million. It's been on the market 62 days. It's a 4-car garage, 4-bedroom, 6-bath home, 5,500 square feet on a 4,800 square foot lot. 27 pictures. I like that. Property built in 1941. Thought that was interesting. Custom waterfront property in Naples with a 50-foot boat dock and beach, completely rebuilt in 2008. Old world craftsmanship on 1.5 lots. 1 master suite upstairs with a large master bath, spa tub and bidet, and large walk-in closet. Additionally, 2 queen suites upstairs with separate bathrooms with separate tubs and showers, and 1 queen bedroom downstairs with large bathroom and outdoor deck. Large open floor plan with high 2-story ceiling, gourmet kitchen with built-in teppan, formal living room, formal dining room, upstairs media room, and a 3rd-story deck overlooking the bay. Great views from all rooms. Whole house wired for sound, has security system. There are 2 2-car garages with a holiday pantry built in. There is an elevator in the center of the home. Great for entertaining, close to schools, shopping, and freeways. I just want to check and make sure that I'm where I need to be. So here we go. 27 pictures. Let's take a look. So that's the front, I believe. I believe it to be the front because this is the part that overlooks the beach. All right. Oh, look at that. There's the elevator right there. I love elevators because, I don't see them very often. I mean, this to me seems to scream that California style that we don't have here in the Midwest. I don't know why, but that is nice. There's the elevator. There's the staircase. Look at that. There's your media room. There's your bathroom. This is an outdoor space, which is awesome. There, I think that's your boat dock. I think. Now that, no offense, that doesn't look very it doesn't look like I can it doesn't look very good. Oh, that picture didn't turn out. It does this every once in a while. Oh, $7.5 million. It's a cool house. I like it. All right. Let me check the chat. Okay, there's no one in the chat. Okay, here's the next one. 73 pictures is too much for me. Been on the market for only 3 hours. 3-car garage built in 2006. Property details. No, too much. All right, let's take a look anyway. I mean, it looks good. That looks like a regular beach there. Like you could play there. This is from somebody that's in the Midwest. I have no idea. It's like a berm. Kind of interesting. Is that a sand dune? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, it's nice. But I mean, you're on the water, so you have to expect to pay a premium. It's not that big of a house. 4,900 square feet. I say it's not that big of a house. It's big. Like, not a complaint, but when you see this is what I would consider a laundry room, which is great. But you've got a Roomba sitting on the countertop, and you've got a printer sitting on the countertop, and you've got these clothes here, which makes it look like it's not got a lot of space, which is not the image that you want to portray. This is just me. And how can that happen? Well, a lot of times the listing agent doesn't go and accompany the photographer for pictures. And even if they did, they wouldn't know necessarily that that's the picture that they took. Like there's some, wet wipes or something there. That none of that needs to be there for this picture. And this picture itself doesn't really need to be in its place. It's taking a picture of a corner of the wall. And they did a good job. I mean, this is wonderful. The room looks wonderful. Nothing out of place. So that they know how to do it nice. It just they didn't in some of the pictures. A little bit too much stuff on the countertops, but whatever, on the nightstand. Like all this stuff, get rid of it. Just for the pictures. I mean, if you're still living in the house, I understand, but we don't need that stuff there. We really don't. So, nice house, gorgeous. Next one. 400 Terrain Avenue, Long Beach, California. 61 pictures. It's been on the market 21 days. 2-car garage built in 2008. Now, this isn't going to be on the water, so it's significantly less. Property details. I'm not feeling it today. Here we go. It's only been on the market for like 21 days. That's great. I love these, like the hedges that are a fence. I mean, that's really cool. I don't know that I like. I mean, did they really take this at this time, or did they do the HDR blown out? And I really don't like that if they did. I mean, when I think about, no offense, when I think about California, I think beautiful blue skies. And I'm looking at this and it's like cloudy, dark. I like the contrasting color of the cabinets. That's cool. Kind of an interesting room. Looks like it's in the basement. Can't prove it. Yeah. All right. I quit for the day on that. Nothing really came out at me that I thought was where I wanted to be. Oh. Now I was reading an email. Sorry about that. Let's look at some articles. The first one, I got to get to the right screen. The first one from Realtor.com I thought was interesting. It says, home prices have begun falling. Here are the cities where they're down the most. It says, what goes up must come down, right? Now, this was written April 25th. And this has not been the case where I am. We're seeing multiple offers still way over asking price. Will it stop? Hopefully. But let's see. What goes up must come down, right? Well, Newton's law of gravity has been pressure tested in recent years as home buyers have anxiously watched home prices shoot up and up to record record highs in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Double-digit monthly price growth in many hot markets, check. Panic and disrepair settling in among many wannabe home buyers, check. The price hikes have seemed unstoppable until now. The spring market got off to a strong start, but rising mortgage interest rates topping 5% plus high inflation and soaring rents appear to be starting to temper high prices in certain housing markets. To be clear, overall affordability remains a challenge. Many would-be buyers are being priced out of home ownership as higher mortgage rates mean more expensive monthly housing payments. But when there are fewer buyers competing for homes and bidding them up, prices typically go down. The issue that I'm seeing is like even if you do have a great opportunity to own a house and you choose to not own a house and you choose to rent, your rents are just ridiculous as well. So, I mean, you're not saving anything by renting. It says Realtor.com found the metropolitan areas where home prices are doing what recently seemed unthinkable. They're falling. Some of these dips are because prices grew too out of whack with what locals in many Rust Belt communities could afford. So prices had to come down a little to find buyers. In other cases, it's not that the same house costs less. Rather, the lower prices are due to fewer larger homes, which generally fetch higher prices going up for sale. Metros include the main city and surrounding towns, suburbs, and urban areas. Many of the metro areas seeing median list price declines have seen an influx of smaller homes come to market, which carry lower price tags. At the same time, several of the cities have unemployment rates, which, while still historically low, are above the national level. This indicates that buyers may face steeper affordability challenges from rising mortgage rates. This is not the repeat of the Great Recession when a housing bubble popped and prices plummeted across the county. These are mostly smaller decreases that don't portend another crash. That's what they're saying in Realtor.com, okay? To figure out where prices are moving south, the Realtor.com data team looked at the year-over-year median list prices in the 100 largest metros in March. To ensure geographic diversity, we limit our list to just one metro per state, ready to see where home buyers can get a home for a little less. Okay, so here's the places: Toledo, Ohio; Rochester, New York; Detroit, Michigan; Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania; Springfield, Massachusetts; Tulsa, Oklahoma; Los Angeles, California; Memphis, Tennessee; Chicago, Illinois; and Richmond, Virginia. And it goes through each one of them. I don't think I'm going to go through it. No offense. I mean, like Toledo, I get it. Rust Belt. Rochester, I had read that that's a better place to hang out, a good place to go. But I guess not. And then Detroit, well, like I lived in Detroit, and I get it. I get it. So I don't know anything about Pittsburgh. So I mean, Los Angeles is cheaper. Okay. I don't know. I just wanted to bring that to you. The thought is that some major metropolitan areas are seeing lower prices. Okay, and then we have this article. This is in March. I just wanted to get to it. I've been on this for 3 days. I haven't gotten a chance to get to it, so I just wanted to get to it. It says the key highlights: pending sales fell for the 5th consecutive month, down 1.2% in March from February. Pending sales rose in the Northeast and fell in the other 3 regions. Compared to the prior year, pending sales fell for the 10th consecutive month by 8.2%, with pending sales down across all regions. It says out of Washington is the dateline. Pending home sales dropped in March, signifying 5 straight months that contract activity has declined, according to the National Association of Realtors. Month over month, only the Northeast saw an increase in contract signings, while 3 other major U.S. regions experienced declines in transactions. All 4 regions reported decreases in year-over-year contract activity. The pending home sales index, a forward-looking indicator of home sales based on contract signings, fell 1.2% to 103.7 in March. Year-over-year transactions sank 8.2%. An index of 100 is equal to the level of contract activity. An index level of 100 is equal to the level of contract activity in 2001. Now, why they chose that, I have no idea. It says the following contract signings are implying that multiple offers will soon dissipate and be replaced by much calmer and normalized market conditions. As it stands, the sudden large gains in mortgage rates have reduced the pool of eligible home buyers, and that has consequently lowered buying activity. It has not for me. This article was for March, I believe. March, and I'm in May, and I just got wiped this past weekend with an offer. 22 other offers. It says the aspiration to purchase a home remains, but the financial capacity has become a major limiting factor. UNE expects the 30-year fixed mortgage rate to reach 5.3 by the 4th quarter. Mortgage rates to average 4.9% in 2022 and hit 5.4% in 2023. They're already there. That's stupid. His forecast inflation to average 8.2% in 2022, although it will start to moderate to 5.5% in the second half of this year. One of the things on inflation that I'm finding fascinating is we define inflation differently. Anyway, as of March 2022, the higher mortgage rates and sustained price appreciation led to a year-over-year increase of 31% in mortgage payments, which is a lot. Overall, existing home sales this year look to be down 9% from the heated pace of last year. Home prices are in no danger of decline on a nationwide basis, but the price gains will steadily deaccelerate, such that the median home price in 22 will likely be up 8% from last year. That's still up. While costs have soared for existing and new homes, rental properties have seen monthly payments jump too, a trend that UNE says will lead to more renters exploring ownership. Fast rising rents will encourage renters to consider buying a home. Though higher mortgage rates will present challenges, strong rent growth nonetheless will lead to a boom in multifamily housing starts, with more than 20% growth this year. He predicts the unemployment rate will average 3.7% in 2022 and estimates gross domestic product to expand to 2.8%. With rising mortgage rates, UNE added that single-family home builders will be more cautious despite the current tight inventory conditions, saying, I expect that to result in a boost to construction of less than 5%. Anyway, that's what he says. Lawrence Yun. I mean, what should he say? Should say things are terrible? He's not going to say that. I'm going to remove that, and I'm just going to go here because we're at the end of the show. What did we learn today? Well, we learned that college athletics is, especially football, is just silly. And that, I've got a banner, and I actually literally ran the banner across the screen the entire time because I wanted to. And that's kind of the way it is. I mean, I get to do whatever I want. It's my show. For those of you out there watching this down the road, if you would consider subscribing, I would appreciate it. I'm at 12 subscribers, and that's kind of bad. Now, to be fair, I did transfer my one main channel to the live stream channel only. Why I did that was because I wanted to, what's the word? I thought that if I put it on the live stream channel, I would do better on YouTube, and it's not happening. It's not happening at all. So anyway, it was a bad a bad judgment, but we don't know because we didn't do it on the other channel either. So anyway, I'm doing the work. I'd enjoy it if you subscribed. I'd enjoy it if you come in the chat and hang out and we learn stuff together and we go on down the road, kind of in the real estate world. That's kind of where I spend a lot of my time. With that, I'm going to head out. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know what you think of the new setup, and I will talk to you later.